Hello, mate.
Dick, what's up, man? Welcome. Welcome to the club.
Good to see
Welcome
you.
to Providence Park. Show you around the locker room a little bit. Little inside scoop.
First thing I've got to ask is, what is this about?
The logs. So the tradition here is, I mean, if you saw from the game and obviously know anything about the club, is we have a mascot team ambassador, Timber Joey, who, whether you score a goal, he cuts a piece of the wood, and if you get a clean sheet, which would be for me because I don't score goals, you get a piece of wood at the end. So essentially, timber, Portland timber is all about trees, it's all about the natures, and like that's our tradition. And then once he cuts the log, passes it around throughout the whole stadium, they'll go through the Timbers army, he'll walk around the stadium, everybody gets to touch it, everybody gets to feel it. Then there's that little log ceremony at the end of the game where we have that moment with the fans, he gives it to us, and then we kind of, just salute them and then bring it back in, and you do what you want with your log after.
So you've got logs at home?
I got logs at home. Only one, because I feel like if I could bring more, it's going to get a little bit too much. Yeah.
And then eventually
so I got mine. My first one was engraved and everything about the date, clean sheet, which game it was, and it's definitely one that I had to keep.
Is it just sat in your bedroom, or is it?
No, I got it actually right under my TV stand. So there's my TV and then the stand's there, and actually it was like perfectly made for it. There's a little gap right under that just put it right there, and I said, perfect, I could see it there when I'm watching TV, and that's it.
Any pre-game rituals?
It's right here.
Sour patch?
Sour patch. So basically what I do is, obviously I don't have the whole bag, but it's come to the point now where people know my ritual and have handed me candy bags before I go, so I have to have one of each color. So 5 in total before every game. It's something that I started when I was 17, I would say, when I was playing amateur football, and then
any more than 5, or just?
There has to be 5. Every color.
Right. Okay,
every single
do you
color.
do it in a certain order?
No, it doesn't matter. Okay. That one doesn't matter. But I had it once when I was 17. I found like a bag with 5 left. I don't know how old the bag was, but had the 5. Had a phenomenal game, and then.
Nice. And now you're turning up, and people.
And now I'm turning up, just handing me bags. Like I haven't even purchased. I could tell you I have maybe 30 bags at home, and people just giving it to me, and it's like, wow, you guys are just amazing.
What a life. I might come play for Paul. Start eating stuff. How are you finding it working under Phil Neville?
It's good.
Yeah? It's
good. Yeah, I feel like one thing that I really like with him is that he trusts us, and I think that's super important. To have that trust between coach and players. Whether it's we have his principles that he's set into place, and he's allowing us to be brave and have the freedom to do and express our qualities as well. And then that just translates on the field, right? And I think we could see that this year, where obviously it was his first season last year, bit of an adjustment. We did do things well, but at times became a little bit individualistic, I think. Okay. And this year I feel like we're much better structured defensively, we're much better just understanding the principles and everything. So slowly it's gelling well, and I mean we're only halfway through the season, but we're looking good.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah. To the magic we go.
Pre-game, how much do you do in your keeping warm-up? Talk me through.
So for me personally, I like doing double service. So definitely getting both angles at the same time. I'll usually start off by doing 5 minutes of just jogging, moving around. Again, more mobility, a little bit of stretching on the side, and start off with some handling, a little bit of throwing, like just close range to get the body warm. Hit the floor a little bit, not super explosive, just to get a feel of the field, get a feel of hitting the ground a little bit. Then I'll start off with like corner of the D here, corner of the D there, strike off the deck, in and around, and then we'll go into like some longer direct balls where whether the keeper coach will be there, the other keeper will be there, just so I could read the trajectory and see how the wind is or the lights and all that, because every different stadium has different light fixtures,
of course,
and then there's the sun that you have to deal with as well. So just to get visually adapted, and then we start closing in on more reaction stuff, crossing, and then we end with shooting from.
You take shots from the team?
Yeah, I'll do a little bit. I'll probably my last thing before I get into shooting, I'll do like my proper distribution, like long goal kicks, side volleys, you name it, and then I'll go in and maybe take a couple until I feel good. I could be in there for 20 shots, I could be in there for 1. It depends if I get, if I get that 1, sometimes I never get it. And that's when you're like, oh my God, like am I just not gonna
get
Yeah, but then sometimes it's the first shot.
Yeah.
I think it also changes to depending on the condition. Like I know that I had to cut certain reps this past weekend because it was very hot. So like let's say if I'm used to doing 6, maybe I'll do 4 or 3. And then it also varies on your age. Like I'm sure when I'm like 36, 37, I probably won't be doing 25 minutes. Like there's times where I look, when we played Hugo Luis, for example, he's out here for 10 minutes, maybe 11 minutes, and that's all he needs. He knows with the experience, with how much he's played, obviously his age too, he doesn't need to be diving everywhere, he's just going to save it for the game.
Seen recently you've had a good run of penalty saves. Talk me through that.
It's tough because now I'm expected to save every penalty shot, and it's like I can't be saving every penalty, but it's been great. Like obviously, whether I think there's so many different components to it. Like yes, you could say you study. Yes, you could say you do this. Oh, I saw him lift his head here or lift his arm there. Sure. But there's luck. It has to be luck. Like it's you and feeling. I have to say, like this year, I think I was both lucky and I had a good feeling on one of them as well. I do remember, I forget what game. It was there's 2 different scenarios. I'll break it down for you. The Nashville game where I saved 2 in the first half.
Two in one.
2 in one half.
Okay.
I had the first one go on my right.
Yep.
And that one I just knew he was going right. And the second one, they switched takers.
Right. Okay.
So I said, then it becomes a mental game. There's no more, there's nothing. Then it's just like, I'm in your head, you're in my head kind of thing. What are we going to do? I said, I just dove right. You're going to go right again. You're going to think that I'm going to want to change another side. And I'm like, you know what? No one's going to get mad. My mentality has always been, it's not your fault if you let him go on the penalty shot. So there's nothing to lose.
No,
try something. Try and work with him. Maybe try and move. Try and like psych him out, talk to him. And I did end up going that side. It worked. And then the other time where I had the second one, Kansas City, first penalty, Panenka scored.
Oh, okay.
And I went right. And that was obviously head loss, of course, after Panenka. And the second one he did, initially I thought he was going to go left. And fun fact, my keeper coach was telling me to go left.
Okay.
And I saw him go, like I saw him point to me, the left. I'm like, in my mind, I'm going left.
Right.
And there's something that you might understand because you're a goalie, and like for all the other goalies out there, maybe understand. There's something in that moment that he did with his body. I cannot explain it.
Yeah, I know.
That showed.
Yeah.
I said he's not going left, he's going right.
Yeah.
But he didn't move. Like it was just the way he put the ball down, the way he backed up.
Yeah.
I said, oh my God, he's not going. He's gonna cross. He's going across the body. And then it went across the body.
Yeah. And then you open yourself up to criticism because you've studied the taker, but you've still gone against.
100%.
Yeah, so
like all of my, I would say in Montreal, I was 0 for 5.
Right. Okay.
0 for 5 in PKs, and I went 4 statistics.
Yeah. Okay. So you're following.
Exactly.
Okay. Got you.
So I said, 80% of the time, for example, this shooter would go on my left. I went on my left. He went on the right.
Okay. Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
No,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then now it's, what is it? Is it instinct? Is it luck? Is it? I mean, I'll take anything.
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah,
Everything's working out well. So
it's good.
we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
But people now expect me to save them all.
Yeah. You're bringing on more pressure.
But maybe it's in the other player's mind as well.
100%,
Could be.
Yeah. I would say so. And you know what it's like when you get on momentum, a little bit of a run.
Oh, for sure. You just keep going.
When you're playing, you know when you're playing well.
Yeah.
You get in the swing.
You become untouchable.
You feel $1 million. Yeah, it's good. That's why it's nice when you get top professionals like yourself to talk through goalkeeping, because for me it's the hardest position in the world.
By far.
It's a different sport.
Yeah.
It's not even close. And then when you break down the little bits and pieces, the fine details, and you realise why you train the way you do, everything you do every single day on the training pitch, and what it all translates to. And it's perfect.
Well, that's what I try to. We have like friendly banter, obviously, between some of the teammates and then myself. They believe that they could step in and be a goalie, and I can't step in and be a center back. I said, I'm not going to say I can't play at a high level as a center back, but I believe that it is way harder for you to have obviously no skill set whatsoever being a goalkeeper to come in to be a goalkeeper than me going in to play center back. No way.
Absolutely, yeah.
There's so many things, and you even see it like the off chance that someone gets a red card or the goalkeeper gets hurt and there's no sub, they're lost, but rightfully so. Like I obviously will be lost as well on the pitch, but it's a completely different game.
So where did it start for you? When did you become a goalkeeper?
So I became a goalkeeper around U11 back in Montreal. I was actually a forward before. And I just couldn't run anymore. I'll be very honest with you. Like I was not the type of player that was going to go back in front. And then my father as well was a goalkeeper, just for fun, like playing. Obviously, like when I was of age, he was just playing like non-league, and I'd go watch the games, and at halftime, I'd go out there, and his friends would be shooting on me, and I just really enjoyed it. And then he started slowly, like getting me, like integrating me into the sessions. Like we'd go into the basement. I always remember these memories where, like he'd take out the cushions of all the couches, put them on the floor, and I would just jump, and then he would throw the ball, so like I won't, cushion the landing and everything.
Of course,
And then slowly, I became interested in the position, and then obviously with the training and then the steps, whether it was regionals, provincials, national team, and all that, like slowly, I became better, and then I'm like, well, this is something definitely I think I could pursue, and then here we are.
What's one thing you felt as you've grown up and obviously getting further and further into the professional game? What's one thing you felt you've worked on or needed to work on perhaps when you were younger?
For sure, my mentality.
Yeah.
I think that it's something that doesn't get touched on a lot, especially growing up, because you're just out there, you're having fun, and it's not as serious, I would say. But for me, I struggled a little bit when I was 16, 17, 18, letting in a goal or a bad goal and having to forget about it because there was another 70 minutes to play, for example.
Like being able to let it go.
Exactly. And that's something that I struggle with a lot. And I seeked, like, it was early days where we would sometimes have a mental coach or help you going through those processes. So it was tough for me at the beginning, but through, work like that with them, and then obviously workshops and just
build resilience.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, like, that you're going to let in a goal. There's not one goalkeeper in the world and that was something they were trying to explain to me. They were saying, name me a goalie who's never let in a goal. Name me a goalie who's never made a mistake.
Like even myself playing non-league football back in England, I had a good season this season. And you know what it's like when you're on fire and the team's going, no, you're amazing, you're this, you're that.
Yeah.
In your head you're going, but I know a bad one's coming.
100%.
Like I'm not, deluded enough to think that this can go on and on and on. But again, it's not so much, it's accepting that it's coming, but how do you move on?
Exactly.
How do you bounce back?
And it's, it's funny you say that, because one thing that's kind of stuck with me my whole career, and it's something that my dad used to tell me a lot when I was younger, and to this day he still tells me, is you're only as good as your last game. Like, we'll give an example of this last performance that I had, this past weekend, and great performance, good win, we take the points, but now Friday is even bigger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't even matter where no one's gonna remember the double save next week if I let in.
One in.
You know what I mean? So like, that's where the great goalies are made, where you could just, okay, great, we celebrate, for a couple of days, we enjoy it, and then back to work, and on to the next, because
football moves fast. I need you to talk me through this. What the hell is this?
The pants on the.
What is this?
We're actually like right behind it now too. They're always posted here in the Timbers Army section. So I guess I've developed a nickname, Pants, from my last name Pantemis, which I love so far. But yeah, I think it started. The actual Pants nickname started maybe last season, but then bringing Pants was this season, and I noticed it the first time maybe a couple months ago. And I said, there's just no way that these people have their own pants on so it was hilarious. I love it. I think it's unbelievable. It just goes to show, like, how much they care and how much they support you. And like, granted, I need to.
Very personal. It's nice.
Yeah, definitely. Like, granted, I need to continue doing my job and performing well, and hopefully they continue cheering. But no, they're amazing.
I've never feeling like genuinely walking out and playing in front of 30-odd thousand.
Now it's obviously I've become used to it because you're doing it week in, week out. But I remember my debut here. It was the last year season opener, and they have a tradition here where during the national anthem they twirl their scarves and they have a whole thing going. And I didn't know that, and I had goosebumps for sure. I was like really taking in the moment of looking around and saying, wow, like this is different. Yeah. I think it's rare to see this kind of atmosphere and this kind of fan base in the MLS.
Yeah.
And they are really, really passionate for the team.
Yeah, the guy said to me it was different because, again, both games that we watched, it was completely different to home. Whereas not in a bad, necessarily a bad.
No,
good
but
way,
yeah,
the guy
100%.
said it's
I know
like-
because I played in those stadiums.
Yeah, you've been there, but the guys were saying like it was top class.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of atmosphere, the best they've seen.
Yeah, and considering it was a day where it was so hot that people had to move away or just didn't come because it was. So imagine you're sitting here. This section here was empty because they had to keep moving all the way up.
Back, yeah.
Because you'd be roasting in the sun right now. But imagine they're still turning out. I think, I don't know, there might have been 24,000 at the game. I'm throwing out a number. I could be wrong. But you feel it. You feel it. And I said it too, like, we're not winning that game without them, I think.
Yeah.
We were dead,
Yeah.
heat and everything, and they just kept cheering. We got one. The momentum shifted for us, and then they kept pushing, and then it gets loud.
It's crazy what that does, because growing up, and I used to hear people talking about the home advantage and the 12th man, and I used to think, oh, that's a bit of nonsense, to be honest. I never really felt it. And then even myself, just playing non-league football, even if it's 500, 600, 700 at a game, or 1,000, say, you can feel it, and you can.
For sure.
And like when you're playing, when you hear the crowd, you know what it's like when you suddenly get a chance up the other end, or if you make a save. Because I used to think growing up, like, that's a bit of nonsense.
Yeah.
But it's until you play under a little bit.
There's a little energy, like there's a like you get a
feel it.
boost.
It's real. Yeah, it's real. So like you said, if you've got 20, 30,000, like, special, all right?
Yeah, it really is. It really is. And I'm sure they know it, but I don't think they know it enough that we actually really do need them.
Yeah.
And we really do.
James, thank you for today, mate.
Appreciate you
really
coming out.
enjoyed that.
Glad you came to my home.
Yeah.
We'll see you soon. We'll have to get you out to the game for sure.
Yeah,
I miss it.
100%. We'll do it.